welcome to the Influencer to CEO Masterclass brought to you by Wiz Digital Academy. I am ecstatic that you are taking this time for your personal development and yourself. And I promise you that the time that you are spending with me here today will not be a waste of time. If the least, you will learn how to add an extra $5,000 to $10,000 to your income statement in the next 90 days. So ready for that? Let's get started. So before anything, let me quickly introduce myself. I am Tanya. I'm a marketing strategist and business coach, and I work with experts, coaches to create premium online group coaching programs and courses that they can generate revenue without necessarily giving any more time, trading any more time, and they can increase their impact while still enjoying life. But the real reason why you should listen to me here today is because I'm the girl that was often tasked with finding talents for influencer marketing campaigns, for entertainment brands, for beauty brands, and also e-commerce brands. So I know a few things about influencer marketing, a few of the secrets, and today I'll be sharing with you the secrets of influencer marketing from the other side of the table so that you are better equipped on your journey of influence. So you might be wondering, why are you snitching? First, yeah, you could be wondering, or you might not, but what? Let me just tell you, I shifted. I got tired. That is just a simple truth. I got tired. I was making great money, no lies. I ain't gonna lie. But I didn't like often sitting on the other side of the table being party to yet another woman undercutting herself. A hard look in the mirror one day left me disgusted with myself. I was part of the problem. I was part of the disease. I chose to concentrate on other ventures, but this will still follow me around. While being an organizer of a major Afrocentric event, I saw the same thing happen again and repeat itself. Female entertainment brands with huge influence still shoot themselves in the foot, performing for free, undercharging, and this time I was benefiting directly from their demise. I was faced with a dilemma: turn a blind eye and keep getting my coin, or get on the other side of the table and help. And this is why I am here today. So what I'll be sharing with you today is something that I have done for myself and for others. And this is my craft. As you can see on your screen, I have helped other people achieve amazing results. And also, I have helped other brands fix their business as an expert and a consultant. And today, I am sharing with you an amazing opportunity that could add money in your bank account for years to come. So, I really, really need you to pay attention. Let's get into it, okay? That was a quick one about me, so let's get into it. So, here are the things we'll be covering. We will be covering the current monetization path for influencers and what is wrong with them, the advantages with having a business, why you should create one, and why it is important to that you add one you create one as an influencer, the type of business you could start, the pro to adding this income stream in this business to your arsenal, and how you can start doing it now. So, what I would like to do right now is invite you to switch off any distractions as you start this masterclass. Everything else will still be there when you get done with this masterclass, and you will be equipped with something a lot more powerful, the knowledge. So you want to grab a notebook, a piece of paper, and a pen. Get yourself a drink. Get comfortable, because we are about to launch into infinity. So, quick one, let's get started. Maybe you are familiar with a few of the examples that I'll be going through, these monetization models. You might be doing one of them, maybe a couple. This will probably show you what you could be looking at as well to add. So let's get started. So, number one, we have affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is a marketing strategy implemented by businesses to access other people's network and audiences. This is done by giving the network or audience owner a share of the income generated by the followers or subscribers when they make a purchase. The next thing on your agenda is often the revenue that is generated by per thousand of people when they watch. This is your RPM revenue. This revenue is generated when on platforms such as Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, when people watch and interact with ads on these platforms. RPM is a portion attributed and received by creators from CPM. What you often, a lot of, I often see a lot of influencers, creators refer to CPM. CPM is actually what advertisers pay the platform to get their marketing message in front of the audiences of the people using the platform. But RPM is the portion of it attributed to the creators, the one that is paid to you. Your AdSense, your Facebook monetization, those are RPMs. The most popular for influencers, which is often a major method that influencers generate their income, it's sponsored posts. Brands pay influencers a fee upfront in exchange for an influencer endorsement, review, product placement, or just them sharing and promoting the product. And then the next one is often what many would move into once they have gained traction, grown their brand. It is they create their own brand and use their influence to promote and grow that business brand. So they create their own product brand and then use that, their influence to grow it. So what is the problem with these? First of all, you definitely are making money with these. Get your coin. But the honest truth is, you only are but scratching the surface of your revenue capacities. So let's get started on the problem. First, let's start with affiliate marketing. You definitely make money on the front end. You send your traffic their way and you get a cut. Win-win situation. However, you are not making any money on subsequent offers that they may offer your people. One of the things that businesses know well is that the quality of leads from other people's networks is just top notch. This is actually based on the principle of persuasion and influence that is often taught in marketing, where getting an endorsement from other people actually boosts your brand positioning and shows that you are trustworthy. Therefore, more people will end up buying, especially if you get the endorsement from people that the particular audience look up to or love or like. It's you borrow the mental of influence in a sense. So, and furthermore, it is easier for the brands to sell something to someone that has already bought something from them before. So, the cost of acquisition, which is the percentage that you got initially for sending the traffic, is nothing in comparison to the lifetime value of the customer. The lifetime value of the customer is in the longevity. So I could buy a small, let's say I could go and buy bread and then end up buying a couple of things that go with bread. So that long-term value of the transaction you don't make money on it. You only make money on the front end. So probably, let's say you promoted the product and the commission was probably $10, and then they end up making so much more in the long term. Very few companies actually have recurring um, affiliate commissions, but not all. So that we have covered. Let's get into RPM revenue. RPM revenue, as stated, is what you actually get for people watching your content. Creators are a way of CPMs, cost per mile. However, you will notice that the money that you think that you're supposed to get paid from these platforms aren't exactly telling in that it doesn't make sense a lot of time, right? So here's the secret. It isn't necessarily the number of views, subbies that you get that determines the coin you make. What helps determine your RPM grade is the category your content falls under. Certain categories of RPMs are for higher than others. Here's why. On the back end, advertisers have a choice to what type of content they want their ads to feature on. Personal blogs, music, entertainment channels, usually in terms of quality, is graded lower. So it's graded the least. And then educational channels and finance content channels cost the most and are graded higher. So if I wanted to advertise on YouTube, for example, I would choose to advertise on educational channels and financial content channels because they may fit the type of clients that I want for this digital academy, for example. And that unfortunately helps determine what you get. Because the perceived quality of leads acquired is higher in the later two, educational and finance channels, compared to the previous three, personal blogs, music, entertainment. Remember, when companies run ads or marketing campaigns, it is with the purpose to drive awareness to the products and services and also generate leads that can be converted into paying customers. So it is nothing but business. The the least one, the one that I bet you want to understand, is sponsored post. Just like affiliate marketing, sponsored posts leverage other people's audiences, networks to acquire clients. The difference here is that one pays an access fee upfront to get in front of them. Here's the stick in the paddle though. You never get paid the true value of your audience. I know because I've been responsible for enlisting influencers, entertainers, DJs, and I know for a fact that brands make 5 times to 20 times more than what they pay influencers. But it's business. And the worst thing is because influencers do not all have representation, and many do not know how to negotiate, many undercut themselves. And even when you do have representation, they are also a business. And in business, you look out for number uno. They will look out for themselves and protect themselves first. You remember the situation with Bonang Mateba? And you remember the claims that she has against the agency, allegedly. And the agency, which was a management, now stating that out of BNG, in terms of copyrights, could be theirs. So having representation and management does not exclude you to the need to be able to know how to negotiate for yourself. Secondly, the most influencers are unwilling to discuss their rates with one another, leading to a lack of standardization in the market, which makes it a buyer's market. Brands are aware that they can always get it cheaper somewhere else. Don't believe me? Wait for the next clip where I share a clip from Queen Chioma where she speaks on being in a chainmail, and you will see what she has to say.
The first reason as to why I think Black influencers are losing is because we don't know our own worth. I was recently copied on an email chain that was from a China-based hair company asking for a hair review. And this is a common practice. I think every Black influencer that is even a smidge into beauty has done a hair review on their channel at least one time. So I'm not against it because I do it, but I mainly do it because I do love experimenting with hair. This has been a natural interest of mine since I was literally in middle school. I started off as a beauty channel reviewing hair and other beauty-related things. But in this email chain, so many girls were dropping their prices, and it's honestly something I shouldn't have even seen. But a lot of these China-based hair companies have a lack of respect, so instead of emailing people directly and separately, sometimes you might end up with an email chain with 20 other influencers. And then because you're copied on the email, you're getting all of the responses as well. So I was seeing responses of women, Black influencers charging $200 or $300 for a full hair review. And the way how my mouth hit the floor, that the value of your influence as a Black influencer was quoted that.
So now that we have gotten sponsors both out of the way, now let's talk about merchandising. This is where you create your own branded products and start selling to generate revenue. Frankly, this is a great one. However, depending on how big of a fan base you have, the risks are often higher. And frankly, you cannot start it just like that. Often you need great capital outlay from the onset. You need to find manufacturers, spend money to get samples. That is if you are doing private labeling. If you are doing your own formulations, well, you need to get cough out quite a chunk of money for development of the formulas and for developing your product, which can be very, very expensive. So many will revert to getting a financial backer. Unless you have loved one who will front you the money, if you don't have the cash, this is the next best thing. These are often in the forms of partnerships, angel investors. But many influencers are ill equipped to negotiate on these occasions and are often eaten alive in the boardroom waters. Just like a dolphin trying to play with the sharks, you get checkmate. As many influencers have found out recently, they end up playing a zero sum game. Tati Beauty and many, many others have fallen prey to the sharks of the boardroom.
Influencers are being taken advantage of. And I think we should talk about it. It's only now that it's kind of coming out in the public with things with Tati Beauty, with things with Valkyrie, people like Kathleen Lights or Nikki Tutorials.
I can't make this up.
Experience when it comes to bad management or bad decisions or not knowing who to trust in a way. I think these are important lessons that kind of play out behind the scenes. And because this is playing out more online now than I feel like it was in the past, I do believe that it's important to talk about. And I do want to make a disclaimer that I obviously am not in these situations directly. I do not know what it feels like to live through this, nor am I a lawyer, which is why everything here is alleged and obviously not legal in any way. Simultaneously,
honestly, I have been in this industry for 10 years, and as quote unquote talent, I have received some of the negativity that happens behind the scenes that people don't speak about, both on the influencer side and the modeling side. And one of the most visceral things that comes to mind is Tati Beauty. Tati recently spoke out in a video about her decision to shut down Tati Beauty and about how this was her baby and how much she put into this. And there are different things, public record, talking about some of the allegations when it comes to Tati and her husband versus this business partner and kind of what happened. And again, not a lawyer. All of this is alleged. Go watch a lawyer like Emily Baker before coming to me. But from my perspective as talent in the industry who has gone through something similar, some of the business dealings can be very, very shady and very, very unclear. This has gotten so bad for Tati that she has had to close down her brand. And a lot of people look at this and they say, well, Tati put her face on it. She put her name on it. How is this not hers? We don't know. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. Was there an oral obligation that was said verbally? Was there anything in writing saying who owns what? And when it comes to this situation, it sounds like the business partner was angry that Tati Beauty launched outside of Halo. And allegedly, there was some sort of agreement that Tati would launch all brands along with this business partner. Now, if you are talent, that is something that a lot of business partners or companies ask you to do. But from my personal, opinion, it's not the smartest move.
As I've shared so far, the odds currently are often stacked against you when you walk into these negotiations, and many influencers will unfortunately fall prey to the boardroom table games. Now, Tanya, this sounds so discouraging. What is the purpose of this conversation? I'm sharing all this because there's a way for you to level the playing field. You got to play from a position of power. And they have to understand that they need you more than you need the check. And that is accomplished by you having a business that matches or surpasses some of those checks. So, what are the advantages to having a business? You will no longer just depend on landing campaigns to make money. You can now pick and choose the campaigns you can lend your influence to. You add an income stream, and we all know that multiple income streams is the path to financial freedom. So you can create a business where you leverage your influence for your gain and make the profit for you only. You are already leveraging your influence. Nothing stops you from doing it for yourself. But Tanya, I ain't got the savings in place to create a business right now. You just told me that also getting a backer, I'll be playing a zero-sum game, and creating a business is not easy. So how do you want me to do this now? Don't worry. What if I told you that you already have everything you need to create a business today that could launch in the next 30 to 90 days? You must be like, huh? How? Don't worry, I'm putting you out of your misery right now. You can create an online business where you package your knowledge, the knowledge that you already have in your head, as a product that can start generating money for you. Yes, you heard that right. Your knowledge could be the answer to your wealth and financial freedom. Think about it. How many times in the past have you answered the same questions on your Instagram Q&As, in the DMs, on a video? If you really look back, there are few questions that have been repetitive over the course of the last few years, last few months. I want you to write those questions down in your notebook. Those are the topics that you could cover in a course. That is a course right there. You have a course right there. The fact is that the reason you keep getting these questions is that it indicates a gap of information in the market and people want to learn about this particular topic. Tanya, I can't teach anyone anything. I'm not a professional teacher or expert. I don't have a degree in education. This is probably ringing through your head right now, but hold up. I got you. How many times have you gotten on Google to find a solution to a problem you were having? And how many times have you taken advice from the strangers on YouTube giving you the solution you were looking for? I'll wait. I bet you have done it countless times. I have. Even checked symptoms on Google, and well, we all know you shouldn't be taking medical advice from Google, but we do. I've done it, and if you're honest, you have done it too. The reality is that people now want to learn from other people that are just like them and that they can relate to. And the best part, you do not need to be an expert to teach people. You just need to be a couple of steps ahead. Think Skillshare. Think Udemy. How many times have you watched people giving classes on those platforms? Who gave them permission to start teaching? They had to give themselves permission and acknowledge their expertise. So I have told people that are far educated than me. I have been paid thousands of dollars to train people in creating courses, corporate trainings by people far wealthier and established than me. This is because I have owned my lane and acknowledged that I may not know everything in this world, but I know my field, and that is what you got to do. Remember when I said Skillshare? Udemy? Why will people pay you for what you know? Hashtag fact. People want to avoid the mistakes that could be hate to get there faster. We want the fast way, baby. We want the highway. Who likes being stuck on the main road, having to go through robots when you have the highway to get to a place quicker? That is the same thing. And these people can affirm your expertise because you have already done it, so you know the secret sauce to the formula. But will they buy the course? Will this really be profitable? The truth is, your super fans will. Anyone with a level of influence as die-hard fans will support you no matter what. Marketing statistics put it at between 1 to 5%. 80% of your business will come from the audience you control, and 20% will come from other forms of marketing efforts. For now, let's focus on the 8% you control and your super fans. These people support everything you do, watch all your videos, support events you put your face to, or products you recommend. Let's assume you want to create a course and sell it at $134, 2,000 Rand. Let's assume that only 1% of your audience are your super fans. For example purposes, let's say you control an audience of 50,000 people. That is 500 people, that is the 1%. Now, if these 500 people buy your course at $134, 2,000 Rand, that is $66,666. That is $1,000,000, baby. $1,000,000. You could be leaving this much money on the table right now. And if your audience is bigger, well, I'll let you do the maths right now. That's interest. That's an interesting amount that you came up with, right? Or that is the money that you could be sitting on. Tanya, you are biased. You may be thinking, maybe I am, because of course this is what I do. But the numbers don't lie. And I will let the independent statistics do the talking. In front of you right now, you have the statistics for the influencer marketing and the statistic for the e-learning market trends. Look at the numbers for 2021 for the influencer marketing. Look at the number for 2021 for the e-learning market. As you can see, e-learning is far higher, whereas in 2027, it is projected to become a $1 trillion industry. Compare that to what influencer marketing is projected to be in 2025. Do you see the numbers? Well, that clearly indicates that there is a high demand for online courses, and you could be getting in on the action and getting your slice of the cake. An online course business is definitely the best out there. Unlike a product based business, where revenue is not necessarily a true reflection of the money you make, after all, cost of sales can be high, and unfortunately, you can't pass everything to the consumer. With an online course, you can get to keep 90 to 80% of the revenue generated. 90 to 80% of the revenue generated could be your money that you take home. Think about that. No shipping costs are needed, no warehouse costs, no import costs, and unless you choose to, no physical address is needed. Delivery takes place via email, and the product is hosted in the cloud, the internet. And by using specific platforms, your intellectual property is protected from being downloaded. You can control who has access to your material. And you can sell one thing, the one product that you have, one thing, to thousands of people, no different unit individually produced and sold. It's one product sold to everyone. Think how amazing that is. This will give you the flexibility to be a lot more picky with the brand collabs you pick. Let's be honest. At least once you have done a campaign because you needed the bag and not necessarily because you lacked the brand. You will be building something that is yours alone. You are harnessing the power of your brand for you alone. You are impacting your community. Let's be honest. Many women would love to do what it is that you do and would love to learn from you. This will be a great exchange of value. How many times do you get asked for these tips anyway? And you already are doing it but don't have time to interact with them because you're like, oh my gosh, I ain't got time. At least this time you can generate money from it. And every time somebody asks you for this, you can refer them to your course. They can buy it and learn everything that you know without you giving any more time to this. I'm sure you're thinking this is great. And the best part, you only do the work once. Unless there are things that you would like to add, producing the product is a once-off thing. You do it once and sell it over and over again. over. If you have 10,000 students, they all get the same thing. That one thing that you only produced once for a few hours, and now you can sell it for months, for days, and for years. This is the beauty of creating an online course business. Tanya, it sounds all great, but I am busy. I don't have the time to do this. Now, well, that is where we come in. We want to assist you in getting off the ground with minimum effort on your end. You decide what you will want the course to be. We will coach you on the process of the course creation to ensure that you produce something for your community of premium quality and that will truly serve them. And the reason why we do this, we could just do this instead of showing you, is because in the event that you decide that you want to add another digital product to your business, you will be able to do this all on your own without having to find us again and pay us to do it for you. We will devise the marketing strategy and launch strategy to ensure that this takes off the ground as a success. We will put the online academy together for you, prepare the marketing materials and assets, and do the editing of the materials to get it off the ground. All you have to do is use your own voice to record if this is who your audience wants to learn from. This means you get a team of professionals who have done this before doing the work for you. No guesswork here. Or you're trying to learn how to do things on your own. You get a full support to ensure you succeed on this quest. You must be thinking, how much do you want from me? Well, right now, nothing. I want nothing from you right now. We do not get paid if this venture fails. We are so sure that this is a winner that we are putting our money where our mouth is. We are putting all the upfront work for this venture, and we are committed to making it work straight up. Only once revenue is generated do we get a percentage of the sales. And no, you are only in a contract with us for a short period. So no zero-sum game here. I promise you that. You not only get coaching worth thousands of dollars, but we also help you get this off the ground in the next 90 days. But here's the caveat. Because we are taking on all the risks on the front end, we can only make this opportunity available to 3 influencers that are ready to be the CEOs of their business. So my question to you is, are you ready to be a CEO? Are you ready to be the influencer who says no to the boardroom games and being taken advantage of? Are you the influencer who is ready to step into the power of the influence that she has been granted and own a throne on top of an empire? Are you an action taker who makes things happen, who doesn't dally and wants things to get done and get done now? Because those are the people that we want to work with. If this offer sounds interesting to you and you're an action taker and you are ready to get this off the ground and you would like to find out more how we can make this happen. The link to book an appointment with us will be in your screen. Type this link, book an appointment, and let's discuss how we can make your online course business a reality in the next 90 days, costing you nothing right now to get started. No money, no deposit, nothing. And you can get started today and start adding an extra income stream into your income statement and also generate thousands of dollars so that you can put an end to the games that are played in the boardroom. As we wrap up this masterclass, I hope that indeed we get to work together. But above all, I hope that this mini course, this masterclass, opens your eyes to the power of the influence that you already have and that you truly exert, and that you should not be taken advantage of by people. Thank you so much, and I love you, and we wish you well.